Good evening, Madam Mayor, City Council. My name is Tim Steed. I'm the Assistant General Manager at the Orange County Employees Association. Try to be brief this evening. As you know, OCA represents two bargaining units in the city, the Garden Grove City Employees Association and the Garden Grove Employees League. We have some members of the league behind me tonight. We're here tonight to really stand up for the hardworking people of the city, the folks who keep the city running, show up every day ready to serve, even sometimes when that worth isn't fully recognized. While our members battled through really contentious negotiations, push to impasse, mediation, just to secure modest gains, I know now the city is considering a 7.5% raise for the city manager and other financial benefits. It's disappointing to the members who I'm speaking on behalf of, and just quite frankly, it stings a little. When our members were told over and over again that there wasn't enough money for things important to their families, it seems that now that the city is able to find that money, and the message being sent is it's landing. Folks who are the backbone of the city are just basically being told that labor isn't worth as much as the executives. Leadership guru and author Simon Sinek said, leadership means giving to others first. But right now, the feeling is that the executives are actually putting themselves first. When leaders take more for themselves, ask staff to tighten belts, trust erodes, and morale will certainly suffer. And we support all hardworking public servants getting a raise. I know everyone works very hard to make this community what it is. So we just want to make sure that we feel that we're all in this together. And just right now, that's not the feeling that the workforce has. So coming off such combative negotiations, particularly that is not far in the rearview mirror, it feels tone deaf at best to grant the highest earner in the city more than what the frontline workers received. We hope that you'll put workers first, show us that you value those who serve this city, the ones with grit, the ones with heart, the ones with commitment every single day, and do the right thing. Thank you.
All right, that takes us on to item 18.
Item 18 is approval of an amendment to the city manager employment agreement and adoption of a resolution amending the salary schedule, and City Attorney Sandoval will provide the report. Thank you.
Mayor, members of the City Council, before you is an amendment to the city manager's employment agreement, and it has three general updates or adjustments. The first one is to adjust the compensation to $346,433 per year. The second one is to have the city provide contribute to the maximum to the 457B deferred compensation contribution as permitted by law. And the third one is to provide a lump sum of 80 hours of vacation beginning March of 2026 and every March thereafter. Those are the major changes to the contract, although the other provisions of the contract remain the same. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you may have, and HR Director Janie Lee is here to assist me if you ask me a question I can't answer.
Okay, very good. Colleagues?
I want to acknowledge the city manager's service and leadership. Thank you for all you do. With that said, I do want to address the past year was very difficult for our regular bargaining groups. Negotiations were challenging, and for many of our employees they experienced a tough process, as we saw many of them fill our chambers. When the time comes to return the negotiations with our bargaining units, it is important for me that we are playing fair across the board, and that we are as willing to show recognition and good faith for our workforce as we are here tonight with our city manager. As an act of good faith, I will be supporting this item tonight.
Thank you. Colleagues, any other comments? Councilwoman?
So this is just for the record. We did not vote this lightly. We did have study. We look at all the city in our area. So I just want to bring it for the record that the council member already have a review ahead and talk to our staff what we need to do to get to this point. And I totally agree with Councilmember Yesenia talking and Ariana talking about being fair. So moving forward, I support this because I know our city manager have done awesome job. At any time we need something, we always were able to get the information from you, from the staff quickly. So I support this, but at the same time, for the people out there, I think we have to think, like in the future when we vote, we have to think a little bit, and so that we recognize our employee all around you. Thank you.
Yeah, and I echo Councilwoman Nguyen and Councilwoman Tran's sentiments. When you get into these bidding wars, and unfortunately in city governments and whatnot, cities typically will tend to undermine each other and steal their valuable employees away, whether it be in public works, whether it be in the police department, or whether it be our city manager. They're gonna come offering, more money, more, everything. Quite frankly, I thought this was more than fair. I think our city manager does an outstanding job, day-to-day basis. I'm sure there are some employees who disagree with me. That's gonna happen in any situation. You have a boss, and sometimes when you run a tight ship, sometimes it's good to have a good cop to play juxtaposed to your bad cop thing, going, but it's all management style, and it comes down to that. But so I think she's been doing an outstanding job. I have zero complaints, which is unusual for me. Comes through 99.9% of the time whenever you need something, done. Thinks outside the box. And quite frankly, if we don't give her a pay raise, another city's going to steal her from us. And having that stability on in our city is really just crucial in so many ways. Long-term goals, long-term plans, just the day-to-day, runnings of the city. And so I think it's more than fair. I would love to see everybody in the city get a 10% raise. If I had a magic wand, I would do that, and I would do it happily. But unfortunately, we are constrained by finances and all the other things. Councilman Dovin made some outstanding points about budget management, and I concur wholeheartedly. But sometimes you gotta bite the bullet. So anyway, I go along with this, and I'm happy to do so.
Councilman?
If anybody else wants to talk, I'll go last.
Oh,
You want to go ahead?
Well, my senior colleague would like to go last, but I do want to make sure that first and foremost acknowledge Lisa's service and commitment to the city of Garden Grove, because these have been times that have been very difficult for our city management, for all of our city staff and employees, for the people up here in our roles as public facing servants. And this is a position that constantly requires more and more from the people that work for our city, Lisa included. And I want to make sure that I commend Lisa for keeping us stable and helping prevent us from being a headline like some of our neighboring cities. We'll not name names, but it's a difficult time to be running a municipality alongside of us. So I want to commend Lisa on her day-to-day. But I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge the concerns of our employees. And I know that they wouldn't be here if this isn't something that they're obviously passionate about and they're concerned about, because the reality of what we're seeing these days and what everyone else is experiencing collectively in our community means that we're all suffering a little bit more. And what I like about Garden Grove is that we're a city where we work to hire the best people. We have lifers, and we try our best to also hire people from within our community. And it is more and more difficult to afford to be able to exist in this community. And so I hope that as we go forward, and we also take this into consideration as a council, that we consider how our employees have been facing these times, and that we do our best to make sure that we are rewarding them commensurately for their work and make sure that they're still able to live and make a living in the city. So, George, we better hope that magic wands don't exist between now and the next round of contract negotiations, because I might just hold you to that 10%. I'm watching. But with that said, I want to thank all of you guys for being here. Know that I see what you guys do. I appreciate you guys so much, and I hope that as we go forward, we're going to be able to continue working together to make our city a better place and make it a place that you guys enjoy working in, where you guys feel valued and being respected. Thank you, guys.
Councilman.
Thank you, Ariana, and the rest of the council and mayor. I'll be brief. We'd like to be the tide that raised all boats, but sometimes the tides are not evenly raised. So not all boats are going to come up all at the same time. But that doesn't mean that we don't appreciate all the services that you provide us day to day. You might be feeling a little underappreciated, and I will apologize for that, because I'm the bad cop. Tonight, George is the good cop, and he's giving away the farm. I've been the bad cop. I've been the one that's pushing back. It's collective bargaining. It's a process. I called for mediation. So if you want somebody to blame, I'm it. I'm the it guy. I made it difficult for you guys. But it doesn't mean that you don't deserve better. You do. You do. And we're working on it. As I say, it's a process. We're working on our annual budget. And us collectively, as a council, have to spend the taxpayers' dollars wisely. And we have to go item by item as it comes. This item, we voted up, and we're going to vote up tonight. We've done surveys like Councilwoman Tran has mentioned, and we are behind compared to other cities in Orange County. We're also behind on compensating our workers, okay? So we owe you that. I don't think there's an end-all be-all solution where 1, 2, 3 vote is going to take care of all our needs. It's going to be delayed somewhat, but we'll get caught up. We have faith in you, and you should have faith in us. I'm going to be here for a year and maybe beyond that. Maybe not. Maybe you're going to walk against me. I don't care. I'm going to vote my conscience every vote. So if I'm here the next round, I will reconsider again. This time, when you had your contract up, we had a new HR director. We had a new HR department, and we had a new consultant, and I recommended mediation. So we can work through all that, but next time, I think, it won't be as difficult. So I think that we have a lot to look forward to. There's a partnership between us, the employee, of course the city manager. We rely heavily on her. If you know her workload, you wouldn't be envious at all. She works like 3 staffers. I call her when she's on vacation. I call her in the middle of the night. She sends out intelligence briefing to us day and night. I have to swallow that because we've had a lot of bad news recently. A lot. I can't disclose all of it, but we all get those texts. We have a lot to deal with. We have fires, we have disasters, we have officers injured in the line of duty. We have a lot to pray for. And we're all hurting a little bit, or a lot. So we gotta work through all these things. We see other cities in around this area and around the country. Do we want to be like them? I don't think so. And as a governing body, collectively, we've shown a lot of unity, a lot of respect for each other. We've worked through a lot of issues, and we're here celebrating the new year, Dead Festival rolling around. We want to be here, a city for everybody. We got people from around the world coming to us, Anyang, halfway across the world. You saw them here tonight. You saw centenarians being celebrated. You saw a former city assistant manager of Garden Grove recognized in a spotlight. She does all sorts of things outside of City Hall. She was here tonight getting her recognition. Lisa does a lot of things outside of City Hall. I was just watching her video clip back in October when she was promoting the fairs, the food fairs. And so you guys are just as deserving. So we owe you, and there'll be the next round, and there'll be more votes. So don't be disappointed. And we have to answer to everybody in this city, everybody. So it's a process, and thank you for your patience. I think Lisa's delivered on every promise since we've made her city manager. And I think she will continue to do that. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate the comments from my colleagues this evening on this particular topic. And obviously, as mayor, I have the pleasure to work alongside the city manager very closely on a day in and day out basis. And I want to thank her for her steadfast leadership. It's not an easy job. We're a large city, and I'm very appreciative of her commitment to the city of Garden Grove. But of course, that doesn't mean that I don't also appreciate the diligent work of other departments. There is great worth in the climate and culture and the work ethic that our organization holds very dear and very true to. So with that being said, I see you and I value you, and we have more work to do, and hopefully we can keep the communication going. We're a team, and I definitely want to keep it that way. Thank you. With that, do we have a motion and a second? Maybe we already did? Cindy? Yeah. Okay, motion. Do we have a second? Did we already second? Oh, maybe we did that. Sorry. All right, motion and a second. Call for the vote.
I'm sorry, who was the second?
Second.
I don't know. Okay, we have a motion. Yeah, we have a motion and a second. Thank you.
Motion received, 6 yes votes.